Hi guys, it's Lisa here. Just a quick video today on Teen Mum. Now, I think a lot of people have a love or hate relationship with Teen Mum, like MTV's Teen Mum, or they're 16 and pregnant. And I've got to say, I am a bit of a fan. Rob, shut up.
Sorry.
I do like it. I do watch it religiously. I don't know why. You know, or you find yourself watching this reality TV and you're like, I'm not quite sure why I'm watching this, but you know, I end up watching it anyway. And so I was watching it on Wednesday. So over here in the UK we are on, it's Teen Mum 3, like the third lot of girls has just started. And a couple of weeks ago it started, and we are way behind America. Can I just point out, MTV, that sucks, because I already know what's going to happen, because it's already in our papers what is going to happen a year ahead of what MTV is. And I know there must be like a filming delay and whatever, but that just sucks. We should be on the same par as America. Can you not learn from Fox, where they give us Walking Dead on a Sunday and then we get Walking Dead on the Monday? You know? Just throwing it out there. Anyway, so I was watching it, and I think before, in the previous seasons, I've always really liked, like, with the exceptions of Farrah or whatever her name is, and Janelle, I've pretty much really liked the girls, and like I've really wanted them to do well. However, this new series, I'm a bit kind of apprehensive about it. I don't really like the girls particularly. So the girls that are in it at the moment, I'll go through them all, and I'll say what I like and what I don't like about them. Okay, so first off, there is Brianna. Now, I think she's a great girl from what I've seen of from Teen Mum. I did watch all the 16 and Pregnant as well, and you know, I think she's a good girl. She's a good mum. I think she gets a lot of support from her sister and her sister and her mum. But on this episode, she let her ex-boyfriend, who hadn't been around for ages, who she was going to sue in the previous episode because he was slagging her off on Twitter or whatever, she let him look after her daughter for an hour alone, even though he hasn't been there for like months. Can I point out, I'm a nursery nurse, okay? One, I understand that the MTV crews would have been there, so if anything had happened, like they would have been there, but they don't really interfere at any point. Two, to leave a child with a stranger who they don't know. People say that they could do it when they bring me a child for nursery, but it's not ideal. It's kind of asking for failure. Like, that poor boy, he was sweating, and I know people say that, well, he was a bit of a deadbeat dad and he didn't really do anything, but that poor boy, he tried. He really did try, and he was like sweating trying to deal with his child. And I know, you know, he kind of deserves it because he hasn't done much for the last couple of months, but I kind of felt sorry for him. And then Brianna kind of came back early, and she'd been like parked in a car like round the block or something, and was kind of like testing him to see how he was. Now, realistically, she needed to introduce her daughter to him a bit more gradually, and that annoyed me. And obviously they would never put their children at harm, but like, if she'd done that when there had been no camera crews there, you know, anything could have happened. And I know she's his daughter, but still, it was just a bit weird. And then there's Mackenzie, and she's got baby Gannon, and you know, they've just had a second baby and they got married. And they've literally just had a baby girl like last week or something, after they had their little boy. And the guy, she was fine. She seemed like she was a good mum and she was doing whatever she needed to do. But the guy, Josh, seemed to be completely like not with it at all. He really frustrated me throughout the first 3 episodes because he was like completely just oblivious to what was going on. He didn't pay Mackenzie any attention from what we've seen. And I say all that because from what we've seen, because obviously the cameras aren't there all the time, and I'm pretty sure the majority of it is scripted, but for views, but it just annoyed me. And then she went and got on contraception, and her mum was religious and said that, you know, you should abstain from sex until you're married because they're supposed to be engaged. And they said, yeah, you know, that's a good idea, we'll do that. But she said that Mackenzie said that she wanted to be on contraception just in case, like it happened before, just in case. You know, she didn't want to go out and sleep with her fiance. She wanted just to protect herself just in case. Bear in mind, if she was going to get married soon, you know, the pill would take a while to settle in and stuff, so you know, the pill takes like a couple of weeks to settle in, so it's probably, you know, a good idea to be on it for a few months to make sure it works fully in the system or whatever else. And her mum kind of was like, oh, you should have abstained from sex. I'm sorry, but if they should have abstained from sex the first time, they're clearly telling them that isn't going to help. And I thought that she was doing something really smart by going to get contraception. Even if they don't have the intention of having sex, so she'd still, like, you know, she'd prepared herself. She prepared her body, and she prepared herself ready for, you know, for when they get married. And then there's Alex, I think her name is, yeah, it's just Alex. I think her name is Alexandria or something, but Alex, she really bugged me, like irritated me. First of all, like, her ex-boyfriend Matt is back in the picture after being in rehab, and for some reason they decided it would be a great idea, let's just bring your ex-druggy of a dad into our house, you know. And I understand that they want him to bond with his daughter and stuff like that, but she won't get off his case, and I don't feel that, like, that was a wise idea to bring a druggy back. And she made the point of saying that if her ex-boyfriend messes up and goes back on the drugs, she would lose custody of her daughter, Arabella. And I was like, well, what do you expect, you know? Why would you bring him back? Like, surely he has parents who could go and he could go to, and they would sort him out, and then when he'd been clean for a long amount of time, he could gradually be introduced to his daughter's life. I would, if Rob was on drugs and went to which he's not, but if he was on drugs, and even though we're married and I was pregnant with his child and he was in rehab, I would be very wary about leaving my child with him until, you know, there was a time where I felt more comfortable with it. But to have your ex-boyfriend in your house when you're such a young age, and they tried to go to counselling even though they're not together, that was a little bit odd as well. I felt that was mainly for the cameras, but I feel that their arguments are mainly for the cameras as well. And then there was Katie, the final one, who got engaged on the last episode to her boyfriend Joey. And it was great, like, but they had this massive argument, and he, like, completely flew off the handle, and, like, she was like, just get out of my house, and it was all dramatic and stuff. And it just makes me feel like MTV are just trying to drag out this Teen Mum series now. Like, I really enjoyed the first lot with Macy. I thought Macy was a great example. Farrah is obviously a porn star, which is never ideal. Obviously Amber's been to prison. Who else was in that first one? Oh, and Caitlyn. And I really liked Caitlyn as well. So I just don't feel that, like, this is giving the right message to everybody. Like, I found that a lot of people have watched Teen Mum and they kind of watch it religiously, but it's just garbage, yeah. I think I might stop watching it because it just frustrates me that I feel that they need to, like, although they do their spiel about how pregnancy is 100% preventable and they could prevent it and things like that, but it just, I don't know, something doesn't sit easy about the whole series. I don't know why I keep watching it. I think it's just I just want to find out what happens, like, the next part of their series and stuff. But it's just strange. But anyway, let me know what you think of 16 and Pregnant and Teen Mum, and whether you think it's MTV scripted or not. And if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. I will be possibly giving you a Trying to Conceive update tomorrow, and I'll talk more about everything then, I think. But thank you for watching, and I hope you all had a good weekend.